So now I had to get off of OBS and delete it because I couldn't bring YouTube up, people. And I don't know, but I'm gonna try StreamYard. I I was gonna pay for the version last night, but I got locked out of my bank account. This is Saturday, the 19th of April. And tomorrow is Easter. And I hope everybody have a great weekend on Easter tomorrow. Kiddos, if you see those bunny rabbits in your yard, they're keeping an eye on you all. I'm going to try maybe later on tonight to do StreamYard. Since I called the bank and got my account unlocked. And I guess it was StreamYard because I got a different debit card. And that's what happened. And I wasn't connected to OBS, I disconnected from it. But it popped up in my screen, OBS, no camera or anything. So I just got rid of it. I might have to download it later and just use it for Twitch or TikTok, but not YouTube. But I am going to try Hello War. I'm feeling better. I'm trying not talk about the same thing. I got a, you people know I got a new lawnmower. Well, a used lawnmower, about 5 years old. Wednesday, cut my grass and took the chainsaw and cut some wood up. Got my wheelbarrow out, drug the old Troy belt over to the other side of the shed. And me lifting all that wood, putting it in the wheelbarrow instead of putting the wagon on the back of it. I do that next time. I got a new play toy coming. It'll be here between Monday and Thursday. It's a rotary tiller, rear driving, called Legend something. It's one of Home Depot's deals. And I hope it's all put together because summer gun, I won't be able to put it together. I'm not that smart. And started a garden. And I found some white radishes. I think I got it up in the cabinet. If I don't, I can go and get me some more because I want some white radishes this summer. And if everything... I got to turn the airplane down. I don't understand half of the crap them airplane people. If that's police departments, yeah, I got my socks on. Well, they're calling for some rain tonight. Something came over my cell phone, bad weather in my area. And some Indiana people, I guess you call it NDOT, they went to, where was it they got snow? I think Michigan. They went to Michigan to help him out to clean some snow, from what I've read. So if that rotary tiller is all put together, I do a live stream of me out there on the west side of my property where I showed you where I had the garden. As my grandpa always did, always took a shovel, turn the dirt over, turn the dirt over. Man, it kills me when I do that. I got me 2 bags of potting soil, which is by Scott's, and I got maybe 4 or 5 used tars in my yard. I got dirt, cat litter. Now I got potting soil. I filled it up pretty good. Then I put some flowers in it and cover it up with potting soil. And about 2 other tars, I put some sunflower seeds and covered it up with potting soil where I can have some sunflower seeds for the birds. And I've been watching videos on that rotary tiller. It's a Legend tiller, one of the 200 cc's. Man, I wish they'd make it easier for, when I was growing up, you had horsepower on these lawnmowers. Now you got like 200 cc's, 300 cc's. They think some old people like me would know. Yeah, people, if you can, I'm gonna make this a short video because I'm trying a few things out. As you see, I got these earphones. It came from Walmart. It's better than these stupid things that kept falling out of my ears. This is only almost $6. Time you add 7% Indiana sales tax to it. And I got that this morning. And I'm going to plant, in the garden, if I figure out how to work that rotary tiller. I used to have one that had the blades on the front, and it would kill me. By having it on the rear, I like to have a Troy built because I like all the things it has with it. It's easier for an old man like me, but you looking at over $1,000 I don't got. But I decide I want to get me a rotary tiller, get back in my garden. And since I found those white radishes, thank God Walmart had them, but I guess tomorrow I run to Walmart and get me some more. But I got to look in my cabinet over there, see if that's where I put it. I hope that's where I put it. And maybe get me some more flower seeds. And like that, then use a rotary tiller out in front of my porch and turn that dirt over and kind of tilt that over and plant some flowers in there. And maybe sometime this month or next month, maybe Tractor Supply or somewhere, get me some rose bushes and plant me some rose bushes. And also we'll plant some, well, I don't know what the legal term is. I guess you call them mold plants. And plant me's they're like bushes that grow up. They get seeds on it. And it's supposed to help you control the molds. So I'm going to put some out in my backyard because I've got all kinds of molds out there in my backyard. Sorry, people. I had a screen pop up and I hit the wrong X. Sorry. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. But, that gives me something to do in the garden. Help me pass the time away. And bury some more stuff in there, like leaves and um, potato peels, banana peels, eggshells, stuff like that. That's good natural fertilizer. Chicken bones and stuff like that. Time here is 8:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I live in Indiana. But if I get everything worked out tonight, if I don't fall asleep, because after I get off of here, people, I'm going to go jump in a bathtub. Take the chair out of the bathtub and soak in the tub. See if that'll help my back out. And man, people, all that work I done Wednesday, I'm having problems getting out of bed because my back's hurting me so bad. And when you got back problems, you got arthritis, and you fall into pieces. I want to say hi to all the good-looking ladies. Hope, Lisa, Kelly. I might add another one because I'm going to flirt with this one tomorrow and have a good time. Because what this girl does, she does a man's job. She's in construction. There's not too many ladies that's into construction work. I'm not going to say where she works at. She doesn't have a boyfriend. Boys or young men, they don't like ladies that works in construction. I don't see nothing wrong with it. It's always been a man's job. And they have to do a better job than a man because she's a lady. They got to do a better job. Like I told her the other day, that I like women that does men's job. I said, I'll watch more women's basketball and I do men. I'd rather watch women play basketball than I do men. I know men, you disagree with me. And I'm not saying because they're a sex symbol. They can play basketball pretty good in my book. What I like to see, people, what I like to see, the women that wins in their tournament in their state. I like to see the women take on the men that's in their state in the same basketball class. I like to see how it would the women win or will the men win. I like to see that. I like to see women get into football. I don't know, would you all want to be like men's football or have the flags on their body and they just pull it? I don't know. I'm just guessing. And but I like women that play basketball, not because they're ladies. I've seen them shoot better than some men out there. And they do play better than men. I'm sorry, man. That's only my opinion. And maybe one day I might get a girlfriend, but I'm choosy. This one that I'm looking at, she's probably in her 20s, 30s, somewhere like that. I'm just taking a guess. We both like kitty cats. We both on YouTube. You know, we got a few things in common. I don't want any kids. I don't think she wants any kids. I pop questions every once in a while. But, if I was to date a girl that still can have kids, what goes through my mind if you and your wife have a kid and they go to school, you show up at their school things, they're going to say, "Is that your grandpa?" And the kid will answer, "No, that's my dad." I couldn't put a kid through that. You know, that's only my opinion. But I just want to try YouTube out because I was having problems YouTube while I had OBS on my computer. It it showed their picture of OBS, and I couldn't get that off of the screen, or maybe I didn't know what I was doing, and I disconnected from YouTube on OBS, and it still popped up, and I just, you know, the last time I tried StreamYard, the same thing happened there. And if I do StreamYard tonight, that's if I don't fall asleep. Because, like I say, I'm going to take a good hot bath. I'm going to soak in it. And I hope I can get out of the bathtub because I got arthritis in my left shoulder and I have to push up to get out of the bathtub. And I just have to do that. I might could do that once a month. I done it once this month, but I gotta have something to help my back out. Maybe if I had a girlfriend, she could give me a back massage, and it probably helped me out. And oh, but I just want to try YouTube out, see if I can get on it without OBS. I had to take OBS off because it was interfering with YouTube. When I was on OBS, YouTube works fine on it. But I disconnected from YouTube on OBS, then I bring up YouTube, my camera wouldn't come on. OBS came on. And it interferes with each other. So, like I said, I don't know that much about OBS, people. I'm not that smart in computers, cell phones, software. I'm not that smart. That's how come I bring it up to your people on YouTube, because we are YouTube family. And we help each other's out. I want to thank the new subscribers I got. God bless you. And but I'm trying my best. Some of you people out there said I talked about the same thing. Not legally, I don't. Okay, the rotary tiller is called a Legend Force 20-inch 212 cc's, whatever that converts over to horsepower, which I don't know if I can convert that over to horsepower. Like I say, people, I'm not that smart. My new rotary tiller will be here between Monday and Thursday. I think I don't have a calendar. See, today's the 19th. 21st is Monday, 22nd, Tuesday, 23rd, between Monday and Thursday. I hope it's all put together. It better be put together, or they could take that SOB back to Home Depot, and it's supposed to come all put together. If it's not put together, they can keep the SOB and give me my money back. That's not my job to put the SOB Legend. Let's see, Legend Force tiller together. I can't do it. And it's up to them to have it put together before they bring it to me. When I say in my book, if I had a pickup truck, I could have went down to Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever, and they load it into my truck, all put together, and I bring it home. But I'd be blankety blank if I'm going to put it together. When they show up between Monday and Thursday, or when they call, they supposed to call me the day before. I'm going to ask them when they call. It better be put together. If it's not put together, I said, you all can take it back. I'm not going to put it together. I paid to have it shipped to me, done, put together. You know, in my opinion, you people out there knows what I'm talking about. As far as LG on my stove, I'll probably talk more about it tomorrow or tonight. Because I want to write down the reference number, the model number, and the serial number. That way, you people here on the YouTube channel can call LG people and you complain to them. And you can tell them whatever you want to. If there's any lawyers out there that can help me out, to me, it's a breach of contract. I'm not a lawyer, but I have helped a lawyer long time ago for he kicked the bucket and up in the lawyer's heaven. I know what my rights is, but they don't want to fix it. And I've seen on the recall, there have been recalls on this model. That's why they don't, LG ThinQ people don't want to fix it. And the reason I talk about it, people, I don't want you to go through this and what to expect if you was to get an LG ThinQ electric stove. I'm trying to help you all out. But if I get StreamYard working tonight, if I can remember how to work it, I'm going to share some videos. I'm going to share this angel who taught herself how to play a guitar at the age of 12, 13, but she's not that age now. She's over 25 years old. I don't want to give exactly how old, but she's over 25. And I want you to listen to her. Because maybe somebody on YouTube hear her voice and listen to her sing might give her a recording contract. Maybe, you know. That's what I like to do is help people. And also, if you born today on the 19th, happy birthday. If you got married on April the 19th, happy anniversary. I know it's kind of late. Somebody said I should get on here in the morning at night. That way, about birthdays and anniversary, you all have a start on it, and you can get whoever the birthday present or the anniversary presents, and do it. And I want to ask you all, you can leave it in the comments after I get off. StreamYard, I can pay $49 a month, or I can pay it by the year, which I save some money. But here's the problem. A year from now, would I have the money to pay it by the year? There's a question. There's a question for you all to help me out. And if I figure out StreamYard tonight, which I'm going to be playing with because it's been a few months. I changed the debit card I had. The numbers is different. And I don't know if it's StreamYard who blocked it or what, because it's a different numbers on my debit card. I don't know how that works. But I usually change it every so many years and get a different debit card because of people, getting your numbers somehow or another. So I don't know how long I've been on. That's one thing I miss about OBS. But like I say, I'm not going to be on here too long. I just want to try out YouTube, see if I get that back working. But I didn't know OBS would screw me up. But I know how StreamYard works. And so I want to thank you all. I'm going to get off of here. Okay. I didn't know, like I say, I disconnect on OBS, disconnect from YouTube. And then I exit out, come to YouTube. When I bring up YouTube, it has like a blue screen of OBS, but my camera's not on. Like I say, I would get on it and ask questions. Let me go get my cell phone there, War. And that way I could take a picture of it. And that way my mind won't forget it. Let me go get my cell phone. I should have brought it out here so I can get up. Oh. Oh. Because if I don't take a picture of it, War, so I took a picture of it. snip and scratch. I didn't know. Hey, War, I'm not that smart. I know you're about the same age of me, but I, you know, I want to think you are. You know, maybe I need to get me a girlfriend because she'll be smarter than me on a computer. So I'm still trying to figure out Da Vinci. You know, I haven't figured that out yet. I better write that down in my book. I better write that down in my book. I better write that down. Oh, that pen went dead. Oh, so I'm gonna. Yeah, I remember seeing him watching his video, Casey Ferris. I watch it, but I have to watch it maybe 20 times before I get it to soak in my brain. You know, and maybe tomorrow, it depends if it's not raining. Taking 2x4s, I got out there on the west side by my kitchen window, measure 3 feet, maybe 4 feet, something like that. Cut it and drill 2 holes where I can screw it to my tree, put some other holes in it for my clothesline. Make me a clothesline pole. Instead of 2 lines, I have 4 lines, and summertime I can hang the clothes out, save me on my electric bill. And I like to do that. I like to hang my sheets, my blankets out, and make it smell better when you hang your clothes out. That's one I hate, people, about not having a basement. Because mom, during the wintertime, when she washed clothes, she hang them in the basement. In the summertime, she hang them outside. That's what I like to do. I watch it later, you know. Okay, war on Snip and Scratch. You know, like I say, I don't really know. Type Snip and Scratch into the small window at the bottom left. It will bring it up. Hmm.
November 86 Bravo, contact center 128.77. 128.77, appreciate your call.
Okay, I know. I see what you're talking about. I did it again, people. You know, well, I went to X out of it. I figure it out there, War. Okay, people. I've been on here 49 minutes. I'm hoping tonight to get StreamYard to work. You know, maybe, you know, and I'm going to have to pay my either monthly fee or the yearly fee. So I'll give it a try. If I get StreamYard to work, I will bring up some videos to share with you tonight. If I remember how to do it, people remember, it's been a few months since I used StreamYard because my computer broke at that time and I couldn't do it on my cell phone. I could bring StreamYard, but I couldn't share stuff on my cell phone, but I can see people and tell you something about StreamYard. Your people that don't know what StreamYard is, you could type it into YouTube, StreamYard. It show you how to set it up, what you can do, this and that. I tell you people who use the StreamYard, the expert. Megan Fox, the writer, Umbrella guy, Tug. And, and, and there's a whole lot of people. DUI guy used to use it. And he uses OBS. And like I said, I'm not smart enough, people. Maybe I do need a younger girlfriend who knows about computers that can help me do crap like this. You know, but I will be back on here tonight. If I can get StreamYard to work and if I don't get locked out of my debit card like I did early this morning. So I want you all to leave in the comments about StreamYard. Should I pay well, my son looked that up and it was $200 a month, around $400 up front. You know, but I have him look at it. That's the bad part about Starlink there, War. You got to pay $300 to $400 up front and so much a month. But you have faster speeds. And I believe, from what I've seen videos of Starlink, that you have internet and cell phone service, you know. But I don't know if there's truth to the cell phone service. I'm just going by back when President Trump won a re-election, where what I forget what state that had tornadoes, and nobody had cell phone service. They had no police radios. It knocked everything out. I might have my son looked into Starlink again, because he looked at it a couple weeks ago. It was $200 a month, around $400 up front. And, even $80 in my book is too much money. $80 a month would be okay if, say, I have him look it up because he's smarter than me. He's younger than me. Want to make sure that nobody take advantage of his dad. There's a bunch of scammers out there, people. And I want to thank you all. Help me to get where I'm at. I need to get my watch hours up. You need to get my subscribers up. I'm over 500 subscribers, but the watch hours I need, people, is 2,000 watch hours. I forget what my son pays for internet. And thanks to 709 there in the Providence, Canada, he helped me because I didn't know. I know what I wanted, but I didn't know what it was called. It's a USB to a Cat 8. He told me what it was, and I got it. And I got the Cat 8. And I got that going over to the box, which is faster internet speed than what Wi-Fi is. Because I was having trouble with Wi-Fi.
Township Fire Department, EMS, District 1 for an electric reaction. Vehicle reported to your Station 1, 601 Hamburg Way. Here, Township Fire Department, EMS, District 1, electric reaction. Your headquarters, 601 Hamburg Way, 2118.
So, but I will try later. I'm going to try StreamYard. But if you all leave in the comments, should I pay $49 a month, save a little bit of money, or should I pay $100 and something for a year and save $100 and something? You all can look it up. Leave it in the comments and let me know. So, because that's what we got here in Indiana is Spectrum. They're a piece of crap. They're out of Ohio. That's where their office is in Ohio. And I think you pay your bill to Charter in Florida, I think. But back when they came out with internet and TV, they had a place between Charlestown and Salisbury on Highway 403, what they called John Noble Road back there. That's where your TV and internet came from. Now it comes out of Ohio, and that's true. That's true. I can afford $49 a month. That's no problem. You know, I want you people, you know, I guess if I die, I guess my son could get the money back. I guess. I don't know. But the way you set it up, no matter if you die, they still take it out of your account unless your administrator told the bank to freeze my account, then it'll be closed automatically. So people, you all ask me questions about DAC. It's a veteran. His name is Daniel something Camry or something. If you've been watching Triumphs Beware, he been talking about DAC. He was a Marine veteran that lived in the state of Alabama that was murdered by the fraud wrangler. I forget what his name is, but right now he's in jail because he wasn't supposed to left the state of Alabama, and he's dead. Michael Kaiser, that's who he was. That killed Daniel Cameron or whatever, DAC. And if you want to know about more about DAC, go to Triumphs Beware. He got a whole lot of videos on him, and he talked about the fraud wrangler. And Triumphs Beware, he has helped me out on StreamYard when I first got started into StreamYard. And so, people, I want you to have a good Saturday night. Remember, tomorrow is Easter here in the United States. So I hope everybody have a good day. Hello, 709. Yeah, I hope I do. I hope people said I would live to be 100 years old. I don't know if I want to live that long. I've been watching, I forget what TV station, last night and this morning, Hudson and Rex. Yeah, I like watching Hudson and Rex. I know Diesel is dead. People, if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a TV show that comes on Mondays where I live in Indiana. And it calls Hudson and Rex. Hudson is a detective at the Canada Police Department. And Rex is a canine German Shepherd. He died over a month ago, which his name was Diesel. He died of cancer. You can look it up on YouTube. Hudson and Rex. I remember when I was young, War. People, if you don't believe me, Look it up. Type it into your search engine. What year did it snow in Kentucky and Indiana on Easter? That's question one. Question two, what year did it snow during the Kentucky Derby? I've seen it snow on Easter. I've seen it snow on Kentucky Derby. You might think I'm talking out my rear end, but people, it did snow on Easter. It did snow during the Kentucky Derby, which is in May. Type it into your search engine. I'm not lying to you. Type in, what year did it snow at the Kentucky Derby? And what year did it snow during Easter? I'm thinking maybe the 60s. I'm thinking, I could be wrong, but it did snow during Easter and the Kentucky Derby in May. You know, you people say, it don't snow in the month of May. Type it into your search engine. Because if I lied to you, I admit I lied. But I remember it snowing on Kentucky Derby. Or the race that Friday, what is it called? The Oaks. And look it up. I'm not lying to you. That's one thing I can tell you. I tried to tell you the truth. I might be 70 plus years old on a fixed income. I try to be honest with you. And that's what my YouTube is about, people. Well, 89, I was out of school then. I've been out of school, 7 years. I've been out, 17 years. I've been out of school. I thought I was a kid. But I thought it was earlier in 89. I thought it was in the 60s or 70s. I know I was a kid on Easter, going out hunting for Easter eggs in the snow. That I remember. I was a little kid. But I've been out of school, if that's 89, I've been out of school about 17 years, I think, in 89. That might be the bad storm we had in 89. Everything was shut down. 65 was shut down. 71 was shut down. 64, every highway was shut down. Even the highway departments couldn't get out and clean the snow. They had to use bulldozers, and dump snow in back of a dump truck and take it down to the river and dump the snow in the river. I remember that year, but people, I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to jump in the bathtub. I got to take my medicine. And I just hope I don't fall asleep. I try to be back on here at 10 o'clock, 9 or 10. If I don't fall asleep, because people, you know how it is when you take a hot bath and you get out and get in bed and watch TV, you go, you go to sleep. So if I can get StreamYard to work, if I get to work, I'll be on at 9 o'clock because I do want to share some videos, or maybe 10 o'clock. I don't know. It depends if I'm still awake. And I'm going to try StreamYard. I have, pay that $49. But people, if you don't know what StreamYard is about, go to YouTube. Go to YouTube and type in StreamYard. You learn all about StreamYard. Say, if I had your all's email and I can send you a link when I'm on StreamYard, then you can come into my studio. You see me on the screen right now. But when I bring you in my studio, other people can see you on my YouTube channel. And that's what I want to do. I want to try StreamYard on this Cat 8, see if it's better. I know I had problems with it when I was on the Wi-Fi. I just want to see if it makes the difference. I wanted to try the free version, but it wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me. I guess I can get a new email address and try it that way. Then I probably could try it. But if StreamYard would take my money tonight, they wouldn't take it 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I had to call the bank because it's a different number that I had before. Because every few years, I get a new number because all the crap that goes on this planet, is one I did. Because I was having problems with a few people taking money out that I did not authorize. So I got me a new debit card with new numbers, but I learned my lesson. So I'm going to try to be back on later if I don't fall asleep. If you all don't catch me on here 9 or 10 o'clock tonight, I'll be sleeping. And you all know how I feel. You saw the video of that Troy built. It's around 4 to 5 years old. And I cut my grass, pick up tree limbs. My back is still hurting, but not as bad as it did Wednesday or yesterday. I did take a hot shower last night, but I need to take a hot bath where I can soak in it. That's what I'm mad about, people. I need a walk-in tub. It got heat and jets in it. That way I can open the door, get in there, shut the door, start filling it up with water and have heat and those jets that would massage my back for me. So I want to thank you all. You're my YouTube channel. And I hope if I can get StreamYard to work tonight and I can figure out how to put other videos into my live stream, maybe it'll help me out because I want to bring Angel. you all said, who's Angel? She's a young girl. I'm going to say she's in her 20s. I know how old she is, but I'm making her feel good. She started at 12 or 13 years old learning how to play a guitar. She got some videos on her YouTube channel. And I'm one of her subscribers. I think maybe she had 42, 43 subscribers. You all heard me play her music in the background. And you all have heard your voice. But if I get StreamYard to work tonight, you get to see her videos. You get to see what she looks like. And you see the person behind the voice that you've been hearing on my YouTube channel. That's what I've heard, War. I've talked to my insurance, my health insurance. They supposed to get back with me on it. Maybe they forgot about me, I guess, but I understand that your doctor has to recommend it to your insurance company. I guess probably next week. You people remind me, next week. Probably be best to remind me after I get that rotary tiller. It'd be between Monday and Thursday. They haven't shipped it out yet, but I hope Home Depot puts it together. Because if they don't put it together, they could take it back and give me my money back. That's what I've read, War, that your doctor has to recommend it. That's what I've been told. And I won't go to the doctor for another couple of months. So I'm going to have to talk to her and see what she says about it. I got a woman doctor. So it can help me out because you got the tub, you got a shower. If my son wants to take a shower, I got the rod up there with a curtain on it where you could take a shower. But in the bathtub, I got a chair that you can sit on. And I see something else. It's like a walker. It has a chair. I might, you can push it, but then you can sit down, but it got handbrakes on it. I might get one of them because sometimes I take my walking stick and sometimes I get a little dizzy and like to sit down. If my my kiddos don't, well, people, I call my kiddos my kitty cats. If I go walking up on the main road north of my house, my cats wants to follow me. And I don't want them to follow me. My cats is like my children. I got one tomcat in here. You saw him, I think, last night or whatever it is. Sometimes he'd jump up on my shoulder or get up in my lap. That's John Wayne. In the bedroom, I keep the doors shut. I got 7 female cats. You know, if I had the money, I have John Wayne Fix. I don't know. Since I got my computer in here, they might want to jump up here and eat the power cords. And it gets expensive. But these people cost me around $5 and something. You know, with 7% sale tax, maybe I think it's around $6. So, so I want to thank you all. I'm gonna get off of here, but before I get off, I'm gonna give you my post office box. It's Tom Cartwright at Post Office Box 1, Charlestown, Indiana, zip code 47111. Okay, PayPal is Thomas Cartwright Sr., SR for Senior. The Cash App is the $ Tom Cartwright 4375. If you want to donate gift cards or sign, you see that's, well, Samuel Adams sign, I got that. And if you want to send gift cards, well, I can buy dry cat food for my cats. Or if you want to send canned cat food, like maybe something that got like fish in it, you can send it to my post office box. Or you can send me money on my Cash App or PayPal. With thanks to you people on PayPal and Cash App. That's how I bought this rider. Thanks to you all. God bless you all. But I'm not telling you who you are. If you send me money through PayPal or Cash App, I won't tell them. I haven't told anybody. You all know who you are. The only thing I got at my post office box is a hoodie, a jacket, and sweatpants and some stickers, which I do promote them on my YouTube channel. It's Lincoln City Gives. Lincoln City Gives. Go to their webpage, type in Lincoln City Gives, and you see what they got. I think they got shot glasses, probably glass dolphins. But like I say, you have to go and look and see what they got. They're very nice people there at Lincoln City Gifts. They're members of my YouTube channel. Yeah. Yeah, little Joe can put it together, but I will call Home Depot tomorrow. Ask him, will it be put together or will it be in the box? I said, well, if it's going to be in the box, you can keep the SOB and give me a refund back, because I can't put it together because of my health reason. And it's supposed to be put together, but it depends what Home Depot it comes from. You know, it better be put together. If it's not, they can take it back and give me my money back. But I'm going to call them. I don't know. I probably have to wait until Monday because it's Easter. I don't know if Home Depot will be open on Easter or not. You know, I could go on their Twitch account or X account, whatever you call it, and ask him that way. I could do that. So, people, I want to thank you all. I want to thank you people here on YouTube. You're my family. Sometimes I talk about junk, but any problems I have here, I tell you about it. Like my LG ThinQ electric stove. And if I don't forget it, I get StreamYard to work tonight. And I share some videos tonight. It's a catch 22, if I can remember how to do it. I will put the LG ThinQ electric stove, the model number, the reference number, and the serial number of that stove. This is the second stove that we got since December the 12th or 13th. The first one did not work at all. Only the burners worked. Those idiots that brought it from Home Depot, they did, we didn't know anything about these smart electric crap. The control panel did not light up. LG said call Home Depot. Home Depot says it's LG problem. It's under warranty. And it took 2 weeks for Home Depot or LG to bring us another stove. It lasted 30 blankety blank days before it stopped. I know there's lawyers out there that's watching this. You all know lawyers. You can look LG phone number up. That's how come I'm going to put the LG ThinQ, the reference number, the model number, and the serial number on here. And I'm going to put it up here and pin it to the chat. I want you people out there to call to why are you doing this to an old man who had 4 heart attacks, got high blood pressure, got diabetes, got arthritis. He's a veteran. Why are you doing to this old man, knowing they had recalls on this stove? Like I say, if I get everything working tonight, people, I can't promise you that I can get everything working. Plus, I'm hoping I don't fall asleep after I get out of the bathtub. Because I usually wait until nighttime to take my medicine. I was supposed to take it in the morning time, but I take it at nighttime. So I want to thank you all. Remember, God loves you all. God loves you all. Don't give up on God. God has not given up on you. You might have given up on God and Jesus. And I know you people are very smart here on YouTube. You got the United States. I know, you're right there. You're right there, War. I did send him a PM. He never did get back to me. There's certain lawyers that would take it, and since I ain't got no money, that's the problem. I don't have the money. But you can make LG pay your attorney fees. No, I'm not a YouTube programmer. No, it's not AI. I'm a real person. I live in Indiana. I'm 70 plus years old. No, it's not AI. No, there's something about you. I know you've been on here before. I know you've been on here before. No, I'm not a computer program. This ain't AI. I'm a real person. I'm using a studio mic with a VASM box on a HP laptop. No, but people, I got to get off of here. And I got to get off of here. I got to go soak my back since you all know the story about my back problems this week. So I want to thank you all. I'll be back on later tonight sometime. I don't. I said that YouTube person is a troll. I say he's a troll. And I don't allow trolls on my channel. So goodbye. YouTube person, you look familiar. Do you work at the JC store? Ronald D. Boom. There's nobody behind me that I can see. I unhidden YouTube. I was just trying to delete the message. And Dave Martez, do you two know each other? I think the YouTube person looks like a person who I know. You know, I did subscribe to that YouTube person. And that YouTube person, I want to thank you, Jay. You know, if I ban you from the chat, why come you still chatting? I just delete the message. I tell you something about me. I'm 70 plus years old, 4 heart attacks, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, and I got arthritis. YouTube person, you look at the guy, unless you got a twin brother that works at the JC store in Charlestown. He's in the, I guess, meat department, because you look like him. And people, I live in Indiana. My YouTube channel is different from anybody's YouTube channel. Other people got perfect YouTube stuff. You know what you're doing. And I'm not smart like you. The other day I done a car wreck. And but I'm 70 years old. I don't get out too much because I'm on a fixed income. I don't have the extra money to drive all over where I live. I watch videos from Bakersfield, California. And those people in Bakersfield, California that does live stream got great content. And they do great jobs on bringing you car wrecks, house fire, police pursuits, because the news media don't get out and follow every one of them. I want to thank you people in Bakersfield, California, RD on the scene, white t-shirt media. You all know what I'm talking about. They're great people. I like watching them. But people, I'm 70 years old, got medical problems. I try to give you good advice to help you out. And there's things that I can't do. I'm single, no girlfriend. I'm choosy on when I want in a girlfriend. I'm not going to be an old lady's sugar daddy. And you see the wreck that I done, I think it was Wednesday. I didn't get up in their face like some of the YouTube people that does videos like it. I try to stay back out of their way where I won't get arrested. Some of those YouTubers was to get up right in their face and they asked to get arrested. I'm not going to do that. That's the difference between my YouTube channel and theirs. I try to respect firemen or EMT, police. I try to stay back and I videotape it and I bring it to you all. But I know my content could be better. But I'm 70 plus years old, people. I'm bored. I got medical problems. I can't get out and do everything like you all can. I can't ride for 50 miles. Like the third of the month, I drive 50 miles time I pay all my bills. 50 miles about killed me. And a YouTube person, if that's you, you can tell me the next time I'm at the JC store there in Charleston. It probably won't be until next Friday. It depends if my son got to pick up his medicine. And I try to help everybody out. I listen to you. I shared videos, like I shared some about the ex-sheriff in Clark County last year, Jamie Noel, who got about 15 years in prison. To me, he should got 30 years in prison. But I don't think it's over yet with him. I think the feds can get him, what's that, the RICO Act? Ain't that federal? I'm expecting them to get him on the RICO Act. You know, and also if I can find the video of an ex-sheriff of Scott County, Kenny Hughes something, he just got arrested in the last couple of weeks. He's part of Jamie Noel's flunkies and took kickbacks and I don't know what else. But if I can get StreamYard to work tonight and they take my debit card and if I can share videos, I will share Angel's video. That's when I call her Angel because she got a sweet voice. I will share her video of her singing I don't know how many different songs. But I got to get off of here. I got to go soak in the tub. My back is killing me. You know, just watch Wendy's Wednesday videos. Well, whatever it was, I cut my grass. I pick up tree limbs. I cut some tree limbs. You know, what did I do with my glasses? No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if a YouTube person, it looks like him and his picture. It looks like him, you know. He could be, but I won't know until next Friday when I go to Charlestown. Because I usually go to Charlestown on Friday, get my mail, and I think I got some medicine to pick up Friday, I think. And my son probably has medicine he picks up at the JC store. Like I say, it looks like him. It looks like him. I could be wrong. It won't be the first time that I've been wrong. But I do admit when I'm wrong, people. I do admit it. I'm going to put my earphones down a minute. I'm going to run over to the ice box and get me a Pepsi Zero because I'm getting thirsty. Oh. If I can get out of the chair, that's the problem. Hi, John Wayne. Yeah. You're a good kitty cat. Yeah. Come on. Come on. Come on, John Wayne. Come on. Oh. 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 I want to show you John Wayne, people. That's John Wayne, my kitty cat. He about somewhere between 8 and 10 years old. He's one of maybe 8 kitty cats that came here when I first bought my house. Here's shows my Pepsi Zero. John Wayne has his motor turned on. The reason I talk about Pepsi Zero because I'm a diabetic. You people as diabetic can't have sugar. Some of you might like diet drinks. If you don't like Pepsi, check on the drinks that you like. They might have zero sugar. I drink maybe one Mountain Dew a month. I try zero Mountain Dew. Maybe if I drank Mountain Dew every day, people, it wouldn't taste so bad. But I got that one zero sugar Mountain Dew. That's only my opinion. It tastes bad, but if you used to drink Mountain Dew every day, zero Mountain Dew probably wouldn't taste any different. Just like I can drink a Pepsi and Pepsi Zero, I can't tell the difference. Or Coke Zero, I can't tell the difference. Root beer and zero root beer, I can't tell the difference. And but I want to thank you. John Wayne got his motor turned on, don't you, John Wayne? He been the daddy. His brother, who passed away back around November, December, he been a daddy. And I got a cat that looks like John Wayne in the bedroom is a female cat. He looks like Tiger, his brother. And I tell you something about John Wayne. Say, if you go to the bathroom, people, and sit down on the toilet, you better make sure you got your pants up there on your leg. He'd jump up there. And you know, kitty cat claws is like razor blades. Oh, Lord, it's 10 o'clock. You all can't, there ain't no way I can take a bath now. It's my regular time. So I guess I have to put StreamYard off until another day. Ain't that right, John Wayne? You look at me, those cute eyes. So far this year, John Wayne has killed 2 mice. You know, usually kitty cats, when they catch mice, usually eats them. But this cat, he kills them and won't eat them. But when his sister was alive, which was Patty, she's kind of like a calico cat, not yellow, black, and white. You know, that's when you call a calico cat, but it had black, yellow, you know, and white, but not like a regular calico cat. But my son got some, I got to get it. That's the cinnamon candy that he got, I guess, off of eBay. He can put 2 of them in his mouth. It burns his mouth up. It don't burn my mouth up. You know, ain't that right? But, okay, people, you all see that flag in the background. Some of you think it's a racist flag. But if you look at it, you see a M16 on it. And it says, come and take it. Who people believe in owning guns and all that. There's people out there believe in gun rights. I do. There's some people that can't have guns because they're convicted felons. I disagree with it. Because in the Constitution, if you read it, you have the right to bear arms. But to change the Constitution, Congress and Senate has to approve it. And we, the people, they have to put it on the ballot and yay or nay. But the state and federal law said felons cannot have a gun. I disagree with it. Some of you said, well, felons shouldn't have guns. But I believe everybody has the right to have a gun. Some of you are hunters. How can you go hunting if you can't use a gun and provide by your family? And if somebody breaks in your house, I don't care if you're a convicted felon, you have that right to protect your family. If you have a gun, they're going to arrest you because you're a convicted felon. But I believe you can beat it, people. I'm not a lawyer. The Constitution states the right to bear arms. There's nothing in the Constitution that says a convicted felon can't have a gun, because we, the people, did not vote on it. I would say what the federal and state doing is unconstitutional. If you got the money and you're a convicted felon and you can fight it in court, appeal it, you have the right under the Constitution to bear arms. You have the right to protect your family, your wife, and your children. You have that right. Some people might not agree with me, but you're right. Well, Jay, I don't know what state you live in, but I know what I read. I live in Indiana. In Indiana, a convicted felon can have a black powder gun. That's where you live, Jay. You have to look up your state about convicted felons on guns. I'm not telling you to get a gun, but look it up. Type in there, can a convicted felon have a black powder gun? Or stuff like that. I know in Indiana, unless they change it in the last year, convicted felons can have a black powder gun. But every state's different. But you people have to look it up. If you got a YouTube channel, you can bring it up on your YouTube channel. Bring up the Constitution if you can figure out how to do it. I'm not that smart. The Constitution that shows the right to bear arms. For what I saw on the Constitution, there's nothing in that convicted felon cannot have a gun. It's only state or federal law. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. I think everybody has that right to have a gun in their house, to protect their family, to go out and hunt for deer, hunting season, to feed your family. I think you have the right to do that. I'll probably have 5-0 come knocking on my door, say, you got to stop that because you're inciting a riot. No, I'm not. That's my freedom of speech. To me, settle down. Come on, settle down. John Wayne, come on, settle down. Shh. Come on, settle down. Come on. Zuntide. I don't know if that's a hair. Come on, settle down. You know you're not supposed to get upset just like me. You okay? Huh? Like I say, you got to check your laws in your state, people. I know in Indiana, I know I checked it last year, convicted felons can have a black powder gun. But you can get your crossbow or bows and arrows. You can still protect your family. But I believe you have the right to have a gun. The Constitution says you do. You have the right to protect your wife and your children. Because maybe you came a convicted felon at 18 over drugs or something. But you have the right to protect your family. You might get in trouble if you kill somebody breaking into your house. But, if you get a good lawyer or somebody in your family who has a YouTube channel could tell your story on YouTube if you get arrested because you killed a person that was going to kill you and your wife or your kids. That's my opinion. But by saying convicted felon can't have a gun, it's unconstitutional in my book. I'm not a lawyer or a paralegal. But I don't have guns around here, because afraid, the way my temper is, I kill somebody. Because I wouldn't put up with the bull crap. You all see some of those HOA stories on YouTube. If I had somebody like that in my neighborhood and do some of the crap in those HOA stories, I would kill them. I won't put up with that bull crap. I'm 70 years old. I'm afraid. I fear for my life because I'm old. And I had 4 heart attacks. I'm just telling you like it is, people. You have the right to protect yourself in your house, your wife and your kids or your parents. You have that right. But don't go out and, I know you can get a gun off of the black market. But just be safe. You get your pellet pistol if you can still find them. Because the one I had was, I believe, a Crossman pistol that took 177 caliber pellet. I wish I could get another one. Because I would kill me some blankety blank raccoons. And, people, I know the Constitution said we, the people, we have the right to bear arms. I cannot find it in the Constitution that we cannot have a gun. because the Constitution, Congress and Senate pass it, then it goes for we the people to vote on it. And I don't never remember that happening in my lifetime. I don't ever remember we the people vote on that we can't have guns. That's how you change the Constitution. That's how they add amendments to it. We the people, they put it on the ballot. Then we voted on it. When we voted on it, if it passes in all 50 states, then it comes into the Constitution. But there's nothing in the Constitution that I have read that says felon cannot have a gun. You know, there's people that don't have money, but that's something to think about, people. If you ever got arrested because you're a convicted felon, that could be grounds maybe for appeal all the way to the Supreme Court. You know, because, you know, they make that a state law and federal law. But I have not found nothing in the Constitution says that a felon cannot have a gun. Well, I can't find it. Like I said, people, I'm not a lawyer, a paralegal, or nothing like that. I just research it on the internet, just like you all can do it. And like I said, the Constitution says right to bear arms, but convicted felons cannot. That's violation of the Constitution. You know, like I say, I'm not a lawyer. But is there a lawyer out there that would take a case like that? Do you have the money to pay for that lawyer? That's where catch-22 comes in. I had to take money to go through all the court process. Right? You know, they're going to have to prove the state law violates the Constitution of the United States. Then you have to fight the federal law and prove that on Constitution. It's going to cost you, I say, over $100,000. You know, that's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. But people, remember tomorrow is Sunday, Easter. I hope the Easter Bunny comes to all your houses tomorrow, if you believe in Easter. There's some people, I'm scratching his back and look at John Wayne. He loves his back scratch. He's holding on my shirt with his claws. I hope he don't put it any deeper. He can cut me like crazy. That's okay. Well, you probably could put your poop in a slingshot and shoot at him. But everybody has the right to protect your family. Your wife, your girlfriend, your mother, your dad, your grandpa, your kids. You have that right to protect your family. I believe it's unconstitutional. I might look it up online and save it and do a YouTube channel on it one night. Or you all can send me the information, the paperwork. You can print it out and send it to my post office box, Tom Cartwright at Post Office Box 1, Charlestown, Indiana, 47111. You can print it out, the Constitution of the United States, all of it, and send it to me. And we'll talk about that one night. But I read it first and go through all the amendments in it and see, but I don't remember anything in the U.S. Constitution that states that convicted felons cannot have guns. I have not found it yet, unless I'm blind as a bat. Ain't that right, John Wayne? And but I want to say hi to everybody. If Hope is on here, hi Hope, if you're on here. Lisa and Kelly. And anybody else names. They're just good looking girls that I know. That's good looking. Hope is a good looking blonde. And I told her when I talked to her, I said, I'd like to take you out. And she flat told me, said, Tom, I'm too old. What's age got to do? It's just a number. She's in her 20s, but the women want to be treated like a queen. I don't want no kids, so you tough out of luck if you want kids. I'm too old for kids. My nerves won't let. I can't be around kids because I would kill them. Because they won't mind, but some of the kids, they're pretty good. Ouch! What's that claw? You're hurting Daddy. And but also, I want you all to stay in school, get your education, go to. You okay? You need to get down and go get you some water. Ouch! Get down. Oh, that hurt. Get down. That hurt. Oh. That's one thing about kitty cats, people. They get hairballs. That's what happens to John Wayne. I used to have fun on Easter, go Easter egg hunting and stuff like that, but I'm not a kid anymore. Go get you some water. I see what you did. You're a pig. He just threw his supper up. Threw up cat food. Why can't cats, dogs take their time and chew it up? He threw up his supper. And I got to clean it up. You know, animals, people, is like children. Sometimes these kitty cats act like they're in their terrible twos. If you ever had kids, you know what I'm talking about when they're terrible twos. But when I get off of it, I got a mess where he threw up his dry cat food. But kitty cats does have to give himself a bath. They do get hair balls. When they get hair balls, they get caught in the throat and they cough it up. Sometimes they throw up. You know, that's what all cats does, and probably dogs. And I will be live tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I do a church video of Bob Joyce down in Benton, Arkansas. If you go to Bob Joyce YouTube channel right now or later, he has 2 services on Sunday. In the morning, he does a singing service. And after that, he does his preaching service. I share his preaching service. Because when I do his music video, I get copyrighted by Bob Joyce. I'm not going to tell you who does it, because this person supposedly dead. If he's dead, how can he copyright it when he's dead? You know, that's only my opinion. But I like Bob Joyce. Yeah, I don't drink beer anymore, Jay, because I started drinking alcohol and marijuana, Mary Jane, whatever they call it nowadays, bottle acid at 12 years old. I was classified as a teenage alcoholic and drug addict. And I've been sober 25 plus years from drugs and alcohol. You know, back when I was 16, used to cut my dad's yard. It was $5. I filled my 63 Chevy Impala up, go over to Louisville, Kentucky, across the 2nd Street Bridge, buy me a case of beer in bottles, and come back across the bridge to Eastern Boulevard at McDonald's and got me a meal, all on $5. You can't do it today. A case of beer is probably $20 to $30. And gas back there then was 15, maybe 20 cents a gallon. I wish it'd go back to, because the gas we had back there then was good gas. You people, that's my age. Our tailpipes was white. Our tailpipes was white. Now you look at your tailpipes, they're black. And why ain't our tailpipes white like it was back in the 60s and 70s? Was the gas better? Or is that because we had a 4-barrel carburetor with points and condenser? Why is it black now? Is that because we got fuel injector and computer? You know, that's one thing I like to know. How come our tailpipes ain't white like it used to be? You know, but also any parents on here or kids that will watch this later, if you're a straight A student in school, remember, kids, if you're a straight A student in school, you know kids that's in your class, maybe C's, D's, or F. I want you to help him out. God and Jesus wants you to help him out. Because you know how old your teacher is, about 3 times your all age. And some kids are real smart, some kids is not. If you help the kids in your class, help them to understand their math or science or whatever, by you helping those kids out, they might be a VIP. What does VIP stand for? Very important person. He or she will not forget it when you help him out. They won't forget it. I've told you all, search on YouTube, Howard Hughes. He was a millionaire. It'd be a black and white video. Howard Hughes walked around the United States, looked like a bum. He was a millionaire. And some young guy, this is a true story, and picked him up, took Howard Hughes out to eat, bought him some good new clothes, and all this. Well, Howard Hughes died, but Howard Hughes got this guy's name and address, this and that. And Howard Hughes left him all his money. I'll forget, he invented this big seaplane. You know, you can look it up on Howard Hughes. That's how come you try to help people out. You know, I've asked for help, but I ask God too. And thanks to your YouTube people that has sent through PayPal and Cash App, you helped me get this about 4 or 5 year old Troy built tractor. And also this computer I'm on, thanks to a YouTuber. Somebody helped me get it. That's not the one I wanted, because I've been told that I need a gaming computer. Because the gaming computer is a little bit faster if you get the right graphics card and the right hard drive, at least 2 gigabytes of hard drive or SSD, whatever they call it now, and all the RAM you can get. I was going to use that money to buy me a desktop like I wanted. But that lawnmower was more important because of my heart condition. because I got to push more. If you know anything about heart attacks and strokes, people, there's certain things that you cannot do. And you people do worry about me. I want to thank you because we are a YouTube family, not blood. We a YouTube family. We help each other out. We help us get our watch hours up. You help us get our subscribers up. That's what our family does. We help everybody out. When I get an email, when I get a new subscriber, I do subscribe back to you. Some I don't get emails. I don't know why I don't. And I don't understand it. I'm not that smart up here. But I do have to take a bath where I can soak my back. Then I got to put my sensor on here for where I can check my diabetes. I am a diabetic, but I know people that has diabetic. They said, "Are your doctor a quack?" It might be 130 to 200 and something. That's not high. My A1C is 5.7. If you all know anything about diabetic, and if you're a diabetic, I'm type 2, which is not bad. I hope I never get type 1 diabetes because I probably would die. I know people who had type 1 has died. One was my brother-in-law after he had a couple of toes cut off. I had my insurance agent who had his legs cut off. He died back a couple of months ago from diabetes. He was a good insurance agent. He was also a member of the Mason of Lodge 226 out of Charlestown, Indiana, same lodge that my dad belonged to, if any of you are Masons. Larry took over my dad's job as secretary and treasurer. Dad died in April of 92. And mom died in 16, 17 at 101. But people, I got to get off of here. I got to take a bath. Because I got to soak. Sometimes I fall asleep in the tub. Once I get in the tub, people, the problem is, can I lift myself out of the tub? That's where the problem comes in. I might play with StreamYard tomorrow. I might run to the dollar store, maybe get me something to have for lunch or supper. Oh my goodness. Thank you all. Thank you. I happen to look. I'm at 521. God bless you. God bless you all. Thank you. I love you all. And, you know, thank you. I, I wouldn't check it until after I got off, but I look. So God bless you all. You make me so happy. That's what we about, a YouTube family. I haven't checked my email, but people, if I get an email of your new subscribers, I would subscribe to your channel if I haven't already. Subscribe to your channel. I think, Jay, I didn't subscribe to your channel, I think. Because I think I recognize your face. Or somebody that looks like you. But what I would do, people, if I could do it, I would do StreamYard. I might do that before lunch. Maybe, I don't know. Then I would share some videos, especially Angel. And then you would see her name. And she don't get on YouTube, but I know she watches. She has a beautiful voice. Good until my last drop. I'm out. I got 4 24 packs of Pepsi over there. So I want to thank you all. I try to keep it in an hour, because people don't like to watch a 2 or 3 hour piece of junk or crap. But I am going to try StreamYard. If everything works, I tried this morning about 3 o'clock and it denied my debit card. And I had to call the bank because I did spend about $600 before that on a new rotary tiller from Home Depot. I'm going to have to call Home Depot. See, tomorrow's Easter, so I guess I'll wait until Monday because they're probably closed tomorrow. And ask him, give him the reference number. I said, will that be put together or will it be in a box? I hope it's put together, but I'll find out Monday. I wrote myself a note because I won't remember it if I don't write a note for it. But you all been great tonight. I'm trying to figure out how to cut that AC hum out. Nope. Can't do it. What do you want? What happens if I put more bass into it? No, that don't do it. Okay, just trying. So, do I have any cats, YouTube person? Yes, I do. I got 7 inside cats. You see John Wayne up here. That's the tomcat. In my bedroom, I got 7 female cats. I keep them in there with me with a couple of cat boxes. Outside, I had about 20 before wintertime. But some of them, I think, ran away from home. I guess one mother cat's gone. 2 yellow kitty cats is gone. One mother cat who's gray, which that's pretty girl. I tell you something about YouTube person. To stop that cat smell, I don't know if you got a Tractor Supply where you live. Instead of using cat litter, people, you use pellets, what they call horse pellets. They smell like pine. You put, like, if you one of those fast food large cups, you know what I'm talking about. You put 2 cups of those horse pellets into your cat box. Then you sprinkle a little cat litter in it where they get used to it. And after probably about a week, you don't have to use that cat litter anymore. You use the horse pellets. And it'll cut the smell down a lot. You know, you know, you can't even smell the outside cats. You can't smell the inside cats from outside. Or when you open the door, you can't smell it. Let's see if I can. Well, I can't show you that because it'd be copyrighted. People, I know they're not a sponsor, but I'm going to show you that. It's Tractor Supply, natural pine, pellets bedding for horses and small animals. It, super absorbent, reduce the cleaning time, natural. It takes care of the orders. That's what I use for cat litter. Anybody who has cats, if you got a Tractor Supply where you live, no, they don't. They don't pay me. I just throwing it in there to help you all out who has kitty cats. How did I learn about those horse pellets? Thanks to YouTube. There was a lady, I can't remember what her YouTube channel is, but she had these same horse pellets on her YouTube channel. And since I use those horse pellets, it's not a pay advertisement, people. And it does cut the smell down a lot. It does. Those horse pellets, there's you again. let's don't start this crap. I've told you and you've been told. The Kentucky Derby is in Louisville, Kentucky. You've been told. You've been told about that. You've been told about that, Weed Whisperer. You're in timeout. You've been told that months ago. That's arguing. Kentucky Derby is in Louisville, Kentucky. So you're in timeout for about 86 seconds. Everybody knows the Kentucky Derby is in Louisville, Kentucky. So you've been told, Weed Whisper, you've been told months ago that it's in Louisville, Kentucky. It's not in Frankfort. So you're in timeout. You do it again, you be kicked off of the channel. Because all you want to do is argue where the Kentucky Derby is. So you're in timeout because you've been warned. You've been warned many a times. So this is your last warning. You do it again, you be kicked off of my channel for good. You've been warned. Well, see, he keeps saying, YouTube, that Kentucky Derby in Frankfort, Kentucky. Well, the Kentucky Derby, it's in May. It's in Louisville, Kentucky at Churchill Downs. I've been there. I've been over at the bar by the Louisville, Kentucky Derby. The Wind Show and Place bar, there, if you know where it is, by the Churchill Downs. And they always show it on TV. The Derby is in Louisville, Kentucky. I've been there. And I live close to Louisville, Kentucky. And he been warned in the past. And they have looked it up. You know, there's a race after the Kentucky Derby. The Run for the Roses is the day before the Kentucky Derby at Churchill Downs. Yep, I just put one in timeout because he been warned. Well, I'm tired of this bull crap. If they want to argue, why not putting up with this bull crap? And people, I know where the Kentucky Derby. I've been there, you idiot. I've been there. It's in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm not that blankety blank old. I put him in 5 or 10 minutes timeout. There's always got to be some idiot that wants to argue. Don't come to my channel if you're going to be a blankety blank troll. I'm not putting up with this bull crap. We went through this months ago, and I'm not putting up with it. It was on TV the other day, Churchill Downs. Churchill Downs is in Louisville, Kentucky, you dummies. You know, I don't go for trolls. I don't want you on my channel. I don't care what you do on other people. You think that I forgot you. I know. That's how come I'm putting him in timeout. And they just, you know, I'm not going to put up with trolls. You know, Churchill Downs is where they have the Kentucky Derby in May. So case is closed. The next one that brings it up, I'm kicking you off of the channel. So you've been warned. There got to be people that wants to argue. I want to apologize for getting mad, but not like I did the last time with that 12 or 13-year-old kid that have different YouTube names that block Sherry and Joanne and a bunch of them. A 12 or 13-year-old kid, it's not even supposed to be on my YouTube channel. But why I got to have trolls? You know, I can hear Sherry in her emails. She might be in bed, but since it's Easter, she's probably out with her grandkids or her sisters or at the hospital. She got family. It's in the hospital from a heart attack. You know, I'm not putting up with this crap. No, I'm not going to put up with it. No, I never heard of a YouTube person. But like I say, I only got one moderator in here. Moderators, if you got idiots in there, put them in timeout. I leave it up to you to how long they're in timeout because they've been warned. They just want to argue. I'm not having it. I'm not having it, people. I'm not putting up with this crap. That's what happened. You got fired, people. I told you I'm not going to put up with this crap. That's them idiots who wants to start trouble. And I'm not having it. I'm just not having it. I got me a Pepsi, but I got to go to the head. I'll be back. What y'all people think about me putting them in timeout? Thank you. People, you heard me talk throughout my YouTube channel. I had 4 heart attacks. I got high blood pressure. I got type 2 diabetes. I got arthritis. I'm warning you. You all heard it. You all know about heart attacks and strokes. Not supposed to get upset. And your moderators, the ones that will watch it later, if anybody talk and says the Kentucky Derby is in Frankfort, Kentucky, just put them in timeout. You can do that ever long you want to. They knew that. We done went through that months ago. And I'm not going to do it. They've been put in timeout. They've been blocked. Right? But they're not coming on here anymore. No, it don't stop them, YouTube person. They just come back with another name. This 12-year-old kid, 13-year-old kid, so far, the FBI and YouTube found 5 different names that he's using. He's a computer hacker. Only some of the old timers know who I'm talking about. They put Sherry and Joanne in timeout. They pushed the right button that night. I apologize that night too. But they got fired from my channel. I'm not putting up with it. But how did a 12 or 13-year-old boy get on my YouTube channel when it's not made for kids? Did YouTube screw up, or did the parents of that Jack Donkey, Jack Donkey, you all know what I'm talking about, a Jack Donkey. I'm opening another Pepsi Zero. That got to me. That's how come there's people that runs their YouTube channel their way. They let you get by with bloody murder. Oh, they got all kinds of trolls. Trolls is not here to help you. They're here to hurt you. You see, all they want to argue. As I tell you at the beginning of the channel, this is God's YouTube channel. There's no arguing, no fighting, no cussing, and so on. You all know the rules, but these idiots don't care. That's all I'm going to say, because that's what they want to do. They want to cause problems. But I've told you all, it's on every YouTube channel. You have 50 on every YouTube channel. It could be FBI, U.S. Marshal, Secret Service, state, county, NCIS. You got police. No, I used to back in my younger days. It's been over 25 years. I've been sober from alcohol and Mary Jane and water acid 25 plus years. I don't miss it. But Kentucky, you can buy medical marijuana. Medical. You have to get a card from a doctor who specializes in medical marijuana card. Indiana don't have it. Yeah, Jeff, I'm doing okay. I want to thank the people who has donated with PayPal and Cash App. And my old toy bill broke down last year because of my heart condition. Is thanks to the people on here that has donated to PayPal, Cash App, and other ways. They helped me, Tuesday, Wednesday, somewhere, to get another riding lawnmower. It's about 4 to 5 years old. You saw the video of that new lawnmower. And I cut it. The next time I cut my yard, I might put my GoPro on and videotape it where you all can see it. But you all know what my health problems is. And since I use the riding lawnmower, I guess Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever it was. Hello, Chat G. Hello, thank you for being here. Well, I tell you, it's PayPal is Thomas Cartwright Sr. The Cash App is the $ Tom Cartwright 4375. You can't give anything on YouTube because I don't have the watch hours. I can't do super chats. All you can do is use PayPal or Cash App. You know, I will be on here Sunday night, people, at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if Bob Joyce is on here. One Sunday, he wasn't on here because all the rain that we got throughout the United States, it flooded down there where he was at in Benton, Arkansas. And you don't have to go to church every Sunday, but it does help. You can be sick. You can watch it from home on TV or the radio, or you can come to my YouTube channel on Sunday nights at 7 p.m. unless my internet goes out. Spectrum, you never know about Spectrum cable or Charter or whatever else they got. I share it. I like Bob Joyce. He's a great preacher. You know, I've seen preachers, it's in a suit and tie. And I like him. He makes me laugh. You hear me laugh in his church service. I wish I had a preacher like Bob Joyce around where I live. I go there every Sunday, but I can't drive to Benton, Arkansas every Sunday. You know how far that is from me? It's a long way. That's too cotton picking far for me, people. It's too cotton picking far. It's just too cotton picking far for this old man. Besides that, I couldn't last that far in driving. I'm trying to figure out what that is over there. It looks like a person. Oh, that's that truck with my jacket on it. That's what it is. It's a little truck with my jacket hanging on it. But, some of you forgot about God. But God hasn't given up on you people. But remember, Jesus and God got the whole planet Earth. How many billions and billions of people it's on this planet that's praying to Jesus and God or Muhammad or whatever? That's a whole lot of people. There's only 2 of them for all these billions of people. So it does take time. Don't give up on them. Don't ask me how to do it, people, on PayPal or Cash App. I can't tell you. All to do is tell you it's the $ Tom Cartwright 4375 on Cash App. The PayPal is Thomas Cartwright Sr., SR for senior. And that's the only things I've got. And don't ask me how to do it. I don't have super chats. I don't have super chats yet. I got over 500 subscribers, but the way YouTube explained it to this old man, I need 2,000 watch hours. Just like 1,000 subscribers, you need 4,000 watch hours. Okay, the Goonies. Wasn't there a TV show or something like that, if I remember, of the Goonies? If I remember right, is that the same show that I can remember? I'm just trying to remember. If you can't do it through Cash App, people, you got my post office box. It's Tom Cartwright at Post Office Box 1, Charlestown, Indiana, 47111. You can send a post office or a money order to that post office box. If you can't, like I say, I don't know how to do crap on a computer. Like you people, like I say, when I was young, we didn't have computers. No, I don't have it. I don't have it. A Chatterjee, can you send me an email, what you just say, at tcartwright54@gmail.com? tcartwright54@gmail.com. Okay. But when I get off of here, just leave it in the comments. I know some people's YouTube channel, when I go back into to watch it, they have, you can read the comments, but I can't find out what I'm doing wrong because there's people that's looking for comments after I get off. I don't know if I'm screwing up or what, but you see, I got me another Pepsi Zero. So, wait until after I get off, or go to some of my other videos that's on my channel and put that in the chat. That way I can look it up. I never heard of it. This is the most ones that everybody has used. Like I say, I got it written down. I never heard of it. And I just dropped a bunch of papers on the floor. Oh, that hurts my back. I dropped people. I want to show you, you heard me talk about Lincoln City Gives. Oh, that's too cotton picking bright. Lincoln City Gives. That's one thing they sent me. And here's Bigfoot. There's Bigfoot. That came from Lincoln City Gives. Go to the search engine, type in Lincoln City Gives. Chachi, can you explain to me what Razorpay and Instant Mojo? I never heard of it. If I don't forget, I'll look it up. But most everybody is using either PayPal or Cash App. And, you know, hey, Chatter G, I just subscribed to your channel. I just subscribed to your channel. And I just subscribed to your channel, so you probably get a notification or something. But people, my YouTube channel is different from other people's channel. You know, I run it like God would. No cussing, no arguing, no hate crime, no sexual harassment, no gay stuff. Don't tell me you're gay because it'll start an argument. And we don't want it on here. And also, I don't want no trolls. And 709, thank you. You know what I want. You and Joanne and Sherry knows what I want. Not the Goonies. Well, Gooning. No, never heard of it. I guess I could write that down. Well, I got it written down. I'll look it up later too. Hey, Jay, I just subscribed to your channel. Jay, I just subscribed to your channel too. Okay, people, I've been on here. Oh, Lord, I got to get off of here. I got some TV to watch, and I got to take a good hot bath to make my bath feel good. I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. I love you all. I want to thank you all that has subscribed to my channel tonight, and thank you. Just help me get my watch hours up. I will try, I guess, StreamYard tomorrow or sometime in the next week. I was going to do it tonight, but you all kept me going. But I do have to take a bath because of my back. So I want to thank you all for being good tonight, except some of those dummies. In 709, you can tell Sherry and Joanne about it the next time they get on here. I love you all. God bless you all. Aloha. Peace. I love you all. Great to have you tonight.